Hey, what's up guys? Mike Locke here with another video blog. Thanks for tuning in. I want to talk about content and the importance of having content on your website and how having good content and a lot of it can improve conversions and increase sales on your website. This is a problem that everyone faces. If you have a website, if you're a website owner, you face the issue of trying to improve conversions. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're I speak to a lot of web designers. I speak to a lot of business owners, small business owners, folks who have websites, folks who are designing websites for people. The goal, after you have the website up, after you learn how to create a website, after you learn how to do mock-ups and HTML and all that stuff, and you get the website up and running, the most important thing for everyone who has a website, doesn't matter what, how big of a site you are, is how to improve conversions. Okay, I spoke to someone not too long ago via email. You probably know who you are if you're watching this video. Sent me a site, said, Mike, can you just check out my site? Just let me know if there's anything that, I love your opinion on it. How I can improve conversions and whatnot, how I can improve sales. The site actually looks really good. Now, when I looked at the site, there was nothing that I can pinpoint from a visual design standpoint that was really jarring. The site looked good. It was organized well. The one thing that I noticed right off the bat was the content was pretty weak, meaning I wasn't engaged by, if I clicked on a link and services linked or whatnot, the content, not that the messaging was weak, it was just, it wasn't enough there to get me excited. So you go to a website, if the content is weak, if I'm a customer and I look at something and it's not really nothing there, and there's a short description of something, I'm not interested, I might bounce out and I go to the next guy who might have good content. Now, good content, there's a guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, sort of guy who inspired me to start creating videos. He was a wine guy, and he became pretty successful on the internet, pretty popular on the internet by creating a wine blog. He would review wines, and his show, he would do it like 5 days a week, and his show became pretty big, and he got pretty popular, and a lot of people were asking him how did he get so big, how did he blog and become so successful. And he created a book called Crush It, Cash In on Your Passion, and he really talked about how anyone can really blog, similar to what I'm doing here, based on just talking about things and having good content. Basically, anyone who has some information on something, if you're good at something, you can talk about it, and that's good content. Is when you have the chops, when you have the enough information on a particular subject, you can talk about it, and that's good content. And he coined the phrase "content is king" in the book that he wrote, and that content is king concept is true for not just bloggers, but for everyone. If you have a website, content is king. And I'll give you an example. Let's start off with, I'll give you a few examples. Let's start off with myself first. I have a portfolio website. Prior to me actually being inspired by that guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, to start video blogging, my site was pretty stale. Portfolio, not too much on there. The minute I started blogging, my site went from like 50 to 100 visitors a month to over 8,000, 9,000 visitors a month. And that's the only reason, and that was with no marketing. I mean, obviously video marketing, but it was with no paid like advertising like on Google or anything like that, or no SEO or anything like that. So it was just based on the content. So the fact that I put out information and it's valuable information for a lot of people, that's good content, and that keeps people coming back. People will link to my videos, link to my websites, just based on the good content that I put out. That's one example of like a blog having good content. But there are other examples. Let's go to Zappos. Let's go to Zappos. They sell shoes. If you look at Zappos.com, if you're interested in a shoe and you ever go to Zappos.com, you go to any one of their product pages. There isn't a lack of any content on this website. And what I mean by that is, if you're looking for a description of the product, they have it. If you're looking for customer reviews of the shoe, they have it. If you're looking for help on getting questions answered about the particular shoe, they have that readily available for you. They have sizing information. They have tons of images that you can switch. You can look at the shoe in different angles. They even have a video of somebody demonstrating what the shoe looks like and how the shoe feels in video format. So if you thought of it, if you think of what else could you have on the website for Zappos for their products, they actually have it all there. And when I speak of content, there's 3 types of content. There's text, there's video, and images. And that's when I say having good content and having a lot of it, is having a lot of those things. Having a lot of information in text, having a lot of images, and having a lot of video if you can. Okay, and if you have those things, you're going to increase your chances to improve conversions and improve sales. All right, so that's Zappos. That's an e-commerce example. Okay, I showed you a blog example. In my case, I showed you an e-commerce example. Let's go over to another example in cars. Another good example that I remember is CarMax. If you go to CarMax.com, search on any car, they do an amazing job by showing you 30 to 40 images per car. Okay, a lot of times if you go to a car website, you're looking for a car. If a site has 2 to 3 images, 2 to 5 images of the car, you're not really engaged in that. But the fact that CarMax is selling a car, and before you purchase that car, that used car, the most important thing that you want to see is how it looks. If it has any dents, how the interior looks, how the exterior looks. So before you actually get engaged with that site and actually call a sales guy to confirm the price on that car, you want to see how it looks. So if CarMax only had 1 or 2 pictures of that car, you probably wouldn't be that engaged and be that enticed to actually call a salesman. But the fact that they have 30 to 40 images on the site, you have a lot of information there. So you have description, overview, you have all the features, and you have 30 to 40 images on the site, and everything's there ready for you it's engaging. All this information is engaging, and that's good content. So that all increases the chances of improving conversions and increasing sales. So basically that's just an example. I can go on and on and on and on and show you different examples of different websites that have good content, but you actually know where they are, because whenever think of the last product you purchased on a website. Yeah, there are some exceptions. If you really love a product and you've done your research, you might find a website that just has that's selling a product that you might purchase from. But in general, if you're buying a bicycle, that site, if that site doesn't have enough content, you might not be engaged and you might bounce out and go to another site. But if that site has, let's say, 40 different images of that same bike at different angles, different close-ups of the logo, of the paint job on the bike, or 40 to 50 images. Think about that. You have a description of the bike. You as a user are going to be more engaged with that site, and if you are a prospective buyer, if the site is organized well in the sense of good UI but having enough content there, and the UI, having good UI design is for another video, but just having that content there will increase your chances of that person, that prospective buyer, buying from you. So think about that. Content is king, and this goes for everybody. This affects everybody. We all have this issue. After our site looks good, after we learn how to design a website, the most important thing is improving conversions and increasing sales. All right, and content is what's going to drive that. For you, is going to get people engaged. It's going to get people engaging with you, asking questions, things like that. So a lot of good things come from having good content. People linking to your site, people buying from your site will improve your SEO and all that type of stuff, and just increasing the value of your website and the growth of your website overall. All right, so that's how you improve sales and increase conversions, by having good content. So thanks for watching. Content is king. Remember that. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, mlock@mlwebco.com, and we'll chat soon. Catch me in the next video. Bye.